Fredrick Douglass is an Afro American slave. Actually, he was a slave in those 1800s. At the time, America was blaming the Negro people a lot, and they have been torturing them, and they're making them to work in farms for a lot of long time, and they're being beaten by the whips and all. And there's no humanity for the Americans in those times, and they give lot of rules and regulations for blacks and whites. So in those movement, Frederick Douglass is the hero who started the anti-slavery movement. Now we are going to learn a few things about his autobiography. Coming back to Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was an African American social abolitionist, orator, writer, and statesman. Here, why Frederick Douglass is called an African American? Because his mom is a Negro and his father is an American. So he was born of two people. So that's why he's called an African American socialist, or that. After escaping from slavery, he became a leader of abolitionist movement, gaining note for his dazzling oratory, incisive anti-slavery writing. Douglas wrote several autobiographies. He describes his experience of a slave in his 1845 autobiography, Narrative Life of Frederick Douglass, as an American slave, the second, my bondage and my freedom in 1855. Now coming back to after Civil War, Douglass remained an active campaigner against slavery and wrote his last biography, Life and the Time of Frederick Douglass, first published in 1881 and revised in 1892. He famously said, I would unite he famously said, I would unite with anybody to do right and with nobody to do wrong. Here we can understand his intentions about the slave people, because his people are suffering a lot, even from a small child to the younger adult. They are making them as a people. Nowadays, if we sell vegetables in a market, in those days the slavery is like that, and mom, dad, and there was no they are making separation, and a lot of disgusting things are going on happening. So that's why Frederick Douglass said, I can do anything. I would unite anybody to do right and with nobody to do wrong. He later often said knowledge is the pathway from slavery to freedom. Here, why Frederick Douglass is saying is the knowledge pathway from slavery to freedom, because if this person is not educated, and if he is not educated, he might have ended his life as a slave boy until his death, working in the farms and dedicating his whole life as a slave to the Americans. He, by God's grace, he learned somewhere the knowledge or the education from a white woman. So he's saying his intention, knowledge is the pathway from slavery to freedom. He remarked in English, he treated not as a color but as a man. Why he is saying as a color? Because the Americans don't give value to the blacks, and they treat them as the curse, and they never respect them. They look low on the people of the Negroes. He first started publishing his abolitionist newspaper, the North Star. So in examination in UGC net, they may ask the questions like, what was the uh, what was the newspaper that was first published by an African American leader, and they may give the four options choice. In that, this one may be the right answer, the North Star. It's a very important thing, because he is the man who first fought against the anti-slavery, which was the motto, right is of no sex, truth is of no color, God is the father of all, father of us all, and we are all brethren. His major speech is less of an hour. So, friends, this is about the Fredrick Douglass right now. I hope you all enjoyed listening my video. Please like and subscribe my channel and post the different things that you want to listen from me.